What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through politics so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Four knuckleheads were caught on video abducting a large swan in Queens, New York. While all suspects have been apprehended, authorities have yet to release their identities. Local officials and activists worry the swan may have suffered a grim fate. I don't only blame these idiots, but their parents for not raising these children right. Well, let's look at the video.
Is outrage over the abduction of one of Mother Nature's most magnificent creatures, a swan. The suspect was caught running down the street with the giant swan tucked under his arm. Then he stuffs the bird into the back seat of the getaway car with his buddies. The four knuckleheads are
Now, I'm going to just sit here and say it like this. All right. This has absolutely nothing to do with their parents, though I would say that perhaps their parents doesn't give a fuck about the American way of life. This is Queens, New York, and I actually did a video earlier this year. I believe it was the start of this year, where in Queens, New York, around Rego Park, you had a halal cart, which are people who serve chicken over rice, lamb over rice type shit on a grill. And the food sometimes is good. However, a lot of times, a lot of these people who be serving this food, it's really unsanitary because they don't. Let's just put it like this: a lot of times, these people that be cooking these foods for you, the individuals that buy these foods, again, very nasty, very unsanitary. Some of them don't have places to go use the bathroom, right? So they pee, they're not washing their hands. And I believe no, I don't believe earlier this year, I believe it was earlier this year, you had an individual get recorded, and it's on my channel called "They're Eating the Dogs, They're Eating the dot 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 dot." You see a guy snatch up a bird in a plastic bag, right? We thought that those were outlawed in New York City. Remember how they was outlawing plastic bags? My man had a plastic bag, and it wasn't even a large plastic bag. It was a small plastic bag. So the man was very efficient, meaning he did it before. He was so efficient at it, even the birds didn't understand what the fuck went down. And he snatched up this bird, puts it in the plastic bag in one fell swoop, and walks right into the halal cart. Now, I had a problem with this because my stance is you're taking a fucking flying rat off of the floor, picking it up off of the floor, and you're going into an area where there's food, contaminating the fucking food. And that's if he's not cooking it. We're not even talking about if he's cooking it. But let's say that he cooks it on that grill. All those fluids, all of that shit is getting contaminated. They were recorded afterwards by some people who saw the video take place by some teenagers. The teenagers went there to press these individuals, but because they follow my mentality, and they don't know how to carry themselves properly, it came off a little bit as harassy instead of because they went there to ask them why are you doing this? This is not okay. But they was more into the drama for clout than doing the right thing and bringing attention to it. Now again, we're looking at this video right here. These are not blacks, and I'm just gonna sit here and say why I'm saying that is because one of the first comments I saw on my phone before I switched it over to my other rig was fucking niggers, and they're talking about blacks. These are not blacks. You can look at this video and see it clear as day. These are not blacks, dog. Straight up. But the problem is, I've seen multiple videos of different races, Africans. I think I've seen a Chinese person. I don't know exactly what type of Chinese it was, pick up these birds with the intentions of eating them. And we don't do that in America, or at least we don't do that in the main cities of America. Maybe some parts of the country where they live off the land type shit, they're hunters type shit, maybe hunting squirrel and small game shit. We don't do that in first world country. That's not widely acceptable, especially not in New York City, right? But let's continue.
are cracking up as they take off.
It was a little brutal. You can tell they had experience holding these birds.
Stephanie Santiago witnessed the swan napping.
One of them was actually looking out the window with a stupid smile on his face. And I told him, I was like, you're gonna see me, remember me, because you're gonna see me again. And when you see me, you won't be smiling.
Swans are known for being territorial and making loud noises if a human gets too close. But the snatched swan is a species known as a mute swan.
That's not the only thing swans are known for. If anybody knows anything about swans, they mate for life. So swans are the ultimate romantic bird. This is just something I know. Swans are the ultimate romantic bird. It was the one bird that I never fucked with, like played around and fucked with. Because as a child, even I fucked with geese. And here's the thing: we used to call geese the OGGs, right? The original gangster goose or geese. As much as I fucked around with the geese because there was nothing but geese on a boring day to fuck around with, I never got close to a fucking goose enough to actually touch them, you know? And this was when I was younger. The fact of the matter that they picked up this bird like this says that they've done it before, just like the dude at the halal cart who picked up this bird, and even the other birds was like, the fuck, what just happened? It was so fucking smooth. They knew what they were doing, and their intentions were never good. Because again, I'm just gonna use an example of a white girl. If a white girl wanted to get close to a goose and pick up a goose, she would struggle a little bit, hee hee ha ha, take a picture with her friends or whatever like that, and then let the goose go. Not get up in their car and take the goose somewhere. And mind you, as of right now, the whereabouts of this goose is unfucking known. The fact of the matter that they're hiding their identities is real fucking suspect. Real fucking suspect. And strange if you ask me. I don't give a fuck if they're teenagers. If that goose cannot be found or that goose is dead, they need to do time. Fuck it. If that goose is dead and they find out that they ate that fucking thing, well then, there's shelters and wherever their homeland is, there's shelters. They need to go back to where they came from. Is that fair? And if their parents don't like it, their parents can go with them. Is that fair? I think that that's fine because your parents clearly failed you. We don't do that in America.
These swans are even quieter, so she didn't make a lot of noise when she was taken. To make this all the more upsetting, the swan had just given birth, and her lifelong mate has been calling out in distress, desperate for his long-lost love.